and see what's going on, chat, because I've seen this post. I didn't get
54
to
months
actually listen
later,
to it.
can I get a
12
welcome
minutes?
to the jungle now?
Oh, bruh.
XQC.
New sykkuno victim comes forward. Yo, chat, I gotta be honest with you. Who posted these clips with these titles? Like, new sykkuno victim comes forward saying he finished insider without protection in Evo Las Vegas room. Yeah, bro, that's crazy. That's a crazy title.
I went to Evo
That's
Las Vegas
crazy.
alone, but I wasn't alone. I shared a hotel room with Sykkuno.
Okay, guys, if you're in your like mid-20s, and guys, I'm telling you this again. This is more of a warning. This is more of a PSA. Okay, this is the most important you to hear in your entire life. Okay, if you're a girl like mid-20s and you're gonna share a room with a guy at a hotel, the basis of that is more often than not, some pipe is gonna happen. Like, of course, consensually, okay? But I'm just saying, there's a massive underlying subject of piping happening. That's what it is. That's crazy to say that that's how it works. Like, that's just, yeah.
But I didn't know that.
If I had to get a scientist on stream, mid-20s, like demographic, sharing a room, men, women, only 2 people, the pipe percentage is 85% or more. And I'm just saying this because whatever. I would actually argue 95 more, but for the sake of this argument, we'll do 85. We'll do 85.
He had other intentions. And I didn't ask him to share a room with me. I just simply asked him, "Hey, are you going to Evo Las Vegas?" He said yes. And I said, "Oh, I'm trying to go this year. I'm looking at hotels and everything's so expensive. Do you pretty much have like..."
Oh my god. Again? Yo, again with this strat? Yo, chat. Yo, chat. If anything, chat, guys, I feel like a lot of girls should be mad at this because they're exposing the strat. Guys, the method is gonna get patched. I'm telling you guys, the next patch is coming within the next few months. Okay, and you guys are ruining the method for almost everybody. Okay, the whole I'm looking at something and I don't think I have enough money for this is gonna get patched.
Any recommendations? Like, I know he lives in Las Vegas, and he said, "Oh, you're planning on coming? I actually have room. If you just wanna like room with me." And I said, and I at first was not against it. I was like, "Are you sure?" Like, no, I don't want to intrude. Like, I don't mind getting my own hotel and all this. Like, I was insistent on being like, "Oh no, it's fine." And then he said, no, like, I have extra room. I already paid for it. And I even asked him, I'm like, "Are you rooming with a group or with friends?" And he said, "No, but there's 2 beds, so like you'll get your own bed." You know, like yeah.
Yo. Now let's see the logs. Now let's see the logs. Let's see how this plays out in real time. Now let's see what this interaction actually kind of goes like. If it's, yo, I don't have enough money to go, so I guess I'm not gonna go. I love the event, but I can't afford to go. Oh, I have a room with 2 beds, whatever. No, I could never do this. I don't want to do this. No way. I'll find a way to get my money together and yeah, bro. Like, come on, bro. Bro. Please, bro. We're not.
So I took his offer. Being a dumbass, I took his offer, but I did later. I even offered to pay him back. I said, "How much should I save up for accommodations?" He said, "Oh."
Now, nobody in the world. Okay, chat. I get honest with you. I'm gonna tell you how it is, game. If you're interacting with somebody who's like a fucking multi-millionaire and this is like some $800 like a room or whatever, right? You know for a fact the person does not want to even hear you talk about paying them back. They don't give a shit. They'll never try to claim the money. They'll never get. They won't even like let you know what their PayPal is, so they give them the money back. They don't give a shit. And you know for a fact they don't give a shit. I'm just telling you right now. I'm giving you some context clues. If somebody's a multi-millionaire and it's like some whatever room, nobody cares. Come on, bro.
No. You don't have to pay me back. Like, I already have room for the hotel. You don't have to pay me back. So, yeah, I shared a room with Sykkuno. At Evo Las Vegas. And we had plans to watch a movie together.
Oh.
We had plans to watch a horror movie together. Until Dawn. That movie's ass. Actually, I didn't even get to finish it, but that movie's ass.
I can't. Yo. Okay. Hotel, 2 beds, of course. No money to go. Invite ahead of time. The Netflix script. Horror movie. But the TV is too far. We have to watch from this bed because the angle of the other bed sucks. Yo, this bed angle to the TV is dog shit. We have to watch on this one. Yo.
He has a hotel even though he lives in Vegas. Yes. We were watching the movie and he started to get very angsty or something. I don't know how to explain it, but he pretty much tried to make a move on me. And I was fully trying to say, like, I'm just here to watch the movie. Like, I'm just here to watch the movie.
Guys, you have $1 left. Is all you have, okay? And you are being forced to make a bet, okay? $1, okay? And it's on a roulette that has 2 colors, and the 2 colors are one of them is this happened, and the other one is this didn't happen. Now, what the fuck are we putting the money on, guys? Where does the dollar go on? Then okay, fair enough. I'm not gonna say where my dollar goes, without being sensitive. I'm just watching the clip.
But me, being a dumbass and not being, very, like, what's the word?
Firm.
Very strong, in like mentally.
Yo, come on, man. I don't like this.
I mean, like, maybe this is a people pleaser in me, but and maybe, I don't know, benefit of the doubt, or because I still thought he was cute, or I don't know. He tried to make a move on me, resolute. I don't know, but he made a move on me. It did take like 30 minutes.
What? Okay, guys. I don't want to give some education in class, okay? But you have to be firm. Otherwise, you send the wrong signals. Put yourself in the shoes of the other person. Somebody's trying to make a move, whatever, right? Like usually it's like it's build up thing. It's like this kind of back and forth. Yo, if it's a no, it's gonna say, yo, we're not doing this. No, you have to be firm, because other people will see moves as flirtatious. They'll see some moves as a build up, playful, whatever. Bro, this is kind of how it goes. Like, you just have to be firm. Like, this. Otherwise, you're sending wrong signals.
Wow, I don't want to share that. I don't like sharing this on. This is like so personal. Like, I don't talk about my intimate life at all. But
Well, I mean, too late
I don't
for that.
sleep with anyone that I'm not dating.
Ooh, I've heard this before.
And it didn't happen that night. I didn't want it to happen. So instead, I just gave him oral. Okay? I just. And then when he fell asleep, I got out of bed.
Okay, but realistically, and I don't mean to be weird or to blame anybody here, right? How do we go from reluctant, no, kind of whatever, and we are jumping on the head? You know what I mean? Like how does this go from in a movie, seated like this probably, right? To, ooh, no, or whatever, to straight down the gobble. I mean, there's a few steps in between. There's some form of build. It's not, you don't just appear on it. Like,
Bed and I just ate a banana and I was just staring out the window. I was dissociating. I think I was. And it didn't happen that night. I didn't want it to happen. So instead, I just gave him oral. Okay? I just. And then when he fell asleep, I got out of bed and I just ate a banana and I was just staring out the window. I was dissociating. I think I was sort of just dissociating. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? What just happened? And then in the morning,
yo, what? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I barely slept that night. Then in the morning, he didn't really want to talk about it. And I was just kind of trying to open it up and talk to him about like what happened. And then
Chat, I have with you. As of outside of viewer, like you gotta be able to sell me on this story, right? So that I get what it sounds or looks like. Because as an outsider, we don't know what that sounds like. Like, what is it? What do you mean open about it? Is it yo? About yesterday? And then he would go like what? He would go, I don't know. How does that? I need to understand what kind of combo this goes like.
No,
Otherwise,
with
it
the
isn't.
firmness of a pretzel.
Because what I mean is that this doesn't.
I got a fucking condom
I
ad
can't
force and
visualize
force and
this.
force and force and force.
You know what I mean?
we were going to talk about it, I don't know, later or something. I don't know, but I can't remember. But he ends up hugging me.
Another jump. Another jump in time where there's this long range interaction of whatever we're not talking about to ramp. Bro is like, he blinks. Bro is like fucking Kazakhs, jumps like a fucking bug. Like,
but then pushes me onto the bed from the hug. And we end up having sex. And
what? Okay, one, it's no longer at night. It's no longer a movie, right? We go from nothing to the head, to the banana, to the awakening, long range talk, to bang the hug, and bang. This guy pulls some move that we've never seen. Like, then it's a full-blown intercourse off the rip. Bro, what can this man not do? This has to be some form of magician. Guys, this guy is a mage. Like, bro, we're seeing the work of a real-time wizard. What is he doing?
I didn't have it in me to tell him to stop. So I just let it happen.
Yo, that's a two-man game, yo. That's a two-man game. Oh my god, bruh. Dude, if you're standing upright, fully clothed in broad daylight, right? Letting it happen is, bro, I understand there's some scenarios that are kind of this scenario, that scenario. That scenario is improbable. Brother, that's a two-man game. What mean stop talking? I'm talking clearly. If you're standing upright in broad daylight, right? And then I mean, oh, I'm gonna let this happen. Dude, there's a series of actions that, like, if something was wrong that was happening, you gotta be able to elaborate on what that is.
And while this was happening, while we were doing it, I always wear protection, and I only sleep with people I'm in relationship with. So I'm not used to one night stands or anything like that. But we were not using protection.
Okay, there is a power relationship. Okay, you heard this buzzword in the past, and you think you sound smart using that, right? It's not. It's called a power dynamic one. And if that were true, you would have to show where the power was used and in what way. If you're saying it's clout and the guy is clout, then you have to show me how he said it or is done in a way. They said, "Oh, I have this much clout. If you do this, you get this." Or there's an expectation of this. Like it would have to manifest itself. Otherwise, it's just it's a normal guy. If a guy has some power in the world, right, and he doesn't use that power, in that sense, it's a normal guy. It's how that works. If you want to, if you feel like you're enticed by all these rambler, that's on you. That is entirely on you at that point. Like,
And I'm legally hard of hearing, if you guys don't know already. But in the heat of the moment, he asked me if it was safe, and I didn't hear him.
What?
But in the heat, you guys don't know already. But in the heat of the moment, he asked me if it was safe, and I didn't hear him. But I just said, mm-hmm. And
huh? Oh, wait. You say to what? Wait. Yeah, but you say mm-hmm to what? What could be like?
he finished inside of me, and then that was it. And then
If somebody asks you a question during an important momento, right? If you didn't hear what the person said, you're gonna have to ask them to ask again. Otherwise, you're giving consent to something that you don't even understand or heard. It's why I don't believe this personally, because what like somebody says, "Whoa," I go, "Yo, sorry, what was that?" I don't go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Brother, like,
we just laid there for a little bit, and then I brought it up. I asked him straight up, when was your last relationship, and do you sleep around often? Like, is this normal for you? Because I told him straight up, I do not date with people. I do not sleep with people.
now find me the correlation between one event and the other. Okay, this information doesn't relate to the other one. This line of questioning applies where it would be before all this, right? Way before. This doesn't do. One has to do with the idea of consent, and the other idea has to do with the idea of promiscuity. So why are these being intermingled?
People I do not date. I do not sleep with people that I do not date. That is just a moral of mine. I find it very intimate with whoever.
Oh, I get it.
So,
I get it. So since there's a blurry concept of morals that were being sold is being respected at all times. If that wasn't respected that day, it means that somebody did something forcefully. I get it. That's what she's trying to say, pretty much. Is that it's like saying, guys, I never kiss on the first date. So if somebody kissed me last night, that means I was assaulted. I get it. So that's gonna be a no.
I don't actually have. I've only ever slept with 3 people. Well, 4 now, but I've only been in 3 relationships. So it was very new to me. I've never had a one night stand or anything like that. So I asked him, I'm like, is this normal for you? Like, do you sleep around a lot? And he said, no, he was being around the bush the whole time that I was asking these questions, by the way. I'm like, then why did you sleep with me? And he said, oh, it just, giving me really half-ass answers, Like, oh, it just
Chat, why does the man always have to have all of the answers, all of the whatever, all the blame falls on them? Like, I gotta ask though. I'm genuinely curious how, brother, it's a two-man game. Everything you say applies both ways. Everything that you do or the feelings can go both ways. How do you know? Maybe he feels the same way. Maybe he feels like you were strong on him. Maybe it's a two-man game. Why is it all the things? Oh my god, all these things are happening to me. I got TP'd to room 305. I got TP'd in, and then the banana, yo, and then the ambush hug, yo. Like, bro, what the heck's going on here, man?
I've known you for a while, and I know you're very sweet, and you look nice. And then I asked him this question, and I said, "When was your last relationship?" And he said 3 years ago. So in my head, it's crazy that's why I feel so blindsided and backstabbed, because I asked these questions and they ended up being complete lies.
Okay.
So when I really felt blindsided and backstabbed by all the information that was coming out, I really was, because I asked those two questions, like if he was in a relationship or like when his last relationship was, and
this is type of context, a clue, or sometimes these are sometimes a question that are important to ask before, if ever. Like, if that's something that you care about, is that something that is for you a breach or too far, you would have to ask this before. And in all cases, if it's asked after, right, there's an assumption that you're okay with whatever the answer is if it's afterwards. Otherwise you don't stand on business, brother. Otherwise it's also unhealthy. At this point, you are being, and this is my opinion, by the way, she is being just as irresponsible or unhealthy as he is, right? If anything, not asking, right? What about her? Do you sleep around? I mean, she says whatever, right? But in his perspective, what if she was sleeping around? She could have had something and given him the debuff. You know what I mean? Everything goes both ways. Everything goes both ways. Like, I just think when the points only apply to the man.
if he sleeps around, and he told me no, and 3 years ago. And after that, I went on about my day, and then I ended up running into someone I'm very close with, and they offered me to stay in their hotel room because I didn't feel comfortable sleeping in mine. So I ended up sleeping at my friend's hotel room for the next 2 nights.
Huh?
And you guys can even tell.
Whoa. In something in mine? What happened? Is there a complete? Whoa. Hold on.
Their hotel room because I didn't feel comfortable sleeping in mine. So I ended up sleeping at my friend's hotel room for the next 2 nights. And you guys can even tell. You guys can even see on Twitter, if you guys look at my Evo outfits, the first outfit is in a very different hotel room than the other 2. And that's because I ended up moving to another hotel. The first one is in the one that I'm with Sykkuno. And I ended up sleeping in the hotel that me and Sykkuno had on the last night because he ended up checking out early and sleeping at his house.
Right.
So that was the only time I saw him.
Yo. Okay, Cap. Okay, Cap. So basically, he checks out. This is okay. I think this has happened in reverse then. He checked out early, told her he checked out early, probably, and she had to find another place to stay. And sorry, the guy said, "I'm done with this shit. I don't want to be at this place anymore," right? And he checked out early and said he was gonna check out early, and she needed another place to stay. Explain how this happens in reverse. If he checks out early, right? It'd be the same day, right? I'm going to assume. No, I don't. I'm not trying to assume anything. I'm trying to make how this plays out. Because otherwise, how would she know he checked that early and all that? I mean, how would she know that he checked that early? Like, it would have had to been, oh, she really wants to be somewhere else. Right? And at that point, in this timeline, where does the notion of him being checking out early comes in?
We ran into each other a couple of more times at Evo, but we didn't really say anything, and he didn't really want to talk about what happened. And then I struggled with this for a while, and I had someone in my life be there for me and kind of try to help me through this. And
now let me ask you this. If the whole point was to stay in a room and only get a hotel, but she had close friends over there, right? Why didn't she check around and ask friends before to stay at their place if she had girlfriends or whatever, instead of this young lad? Yo?
my dumbass tried talking about it with Sykkuno later, trying to like understand what happened because it's not something I'm used to. And he pretty much beat around the bush the whole time. And then he would say things like, "Oh, I'm confused. I just wanted to know what you felt about that." And I said, "No, I want to know what you felt about this because I already told you how I felt." And
Yep.
yeah, he said he was sorry that he made me. He was sorry that he gave me that impression, and that he would want to reconcile. And me being the dumbass I am, I still wanted to be friends with him for some reason. So I did, and that's why we still played games. And then I ended up seeing him at TwitchCon at the Riot Party, and we actually talked in person for the first time since. And he actually brought that part up and said like he was sorry and stuff, and that he was sorry for giving me the impression. So I really thought he was, honestly sorry, and I accepted.
Sorry for giving you the impression. If somebody says that they're sorry for giving you an impression, they're sorry that made you feel sad, it means that they don't give a shit. I have to be honest with you, they don't want to talk about the topic and they want to move on with their lives. If somebody says, "I'm sorry you feel this way," that means shut the fuck up. Yo, I'm gonna be a translator. It means fuck off. That flat out, always. Because they don't feel sorry about anything. They just don't know what the fuck you're saying, right? And they don't want you to feel sad about something. They say, "I'm sorry you feel that way," but they don't get it. Like,
And I thought I was the only one because I literally straight up asked him if he sleeps around, and he said no. So sorry, I thought I was the only one. Did I think we were going to be in a relationship? No. I knew how much older he was than me, and I was like, why would he want to be in a relationship with someone much younger? So I didn't really think that, it was going to go any.
who said anything about dating? Who brought this topic, guys? Since when is this about dating? I haven't heard one hint that they're dating or going on dates or going out, or like, yeah, this seems to be very guys. This is like one of those stories. It's very like one-sided. Like, this person has all these ideas, bro. The guy received a request to somebody to stay at a hotel or offered to stay at a hotel, and expectation of pipe happened. Pipe also happens. Boom. Now there's this whole talk of dating and relationships that I don't think anybody asked about, Loki.
So yeah, I just said I think it's fine. Like, we'll just reconcile as friends, and that's that. And then
so that was god awful. That's it. That was a god fucking awful. Genuinely. What I'm trying to say, chat, what I'm saying, chat, is that not only has the world gaslit each other, that this is a potential victim, whatever, people are piggybacking this shit, or the main story, as there's a potential victims, whatever, when the only victim I've seen of all this is Sykkuno. Bro.
Either brother's pull-out game is weak or he's straight up evil.
The breaches of privacy, the breaches of the moral
Why she
code
even post this?
that are being put onto him are fucked. Genuinely. Like, no, I don't give a fuck what he says. The victim, the only victim would be his old girlfriend. Could be a victim of cheating, perhaps. We don't know how that plays out. Okay, that would be a potential one, right? But Sykkuno's he's being reverse manipulated 100%. He's being 100% extracted from 100%. Bro is being milked, right? And then when the juice is not enough, they're milking him for clout after the fact, in mass, in a coordinated fashion. Dog shit. Awful. Actually awful. Bro, like full leaking. Yo, imagine if a guy came out of the woodwork and went into details about how he piped some girl, right? Out of nowhere, trying to make it seem like, brother, if people go, ew, cancel this guy. This guy is leaking all of her personal stories and all personal interactions, all behind closed doors against their. This is fucking weird as shit. They're like basically bragging that they piped. Like, this is awful. It's a 100% privacy and moral breach, man. Weird. That was weird. Majority of men ages 18 to 49, 50% are now reporting having an active online sports book betting account. That's insane.
We could just
Pokemon addresses the Sykkuno situation. I realize that. Okay, I'll
get
just
it
watch
over
it.
with, okay? Stop making me laugh. Stop laughing, because when you guys laugh, I laugh. Okay. It's okay. We can just get it out of the way. All right? Of course, before streaming today, I expected a lot of people in the chat asking me to talk about the Sykkuno situation. Oh my gosh, I was thinking about it. I was like, how can I say something that feels...
Check it out, something. Jap. You know the Fuzzly cheating scandal over, right? The Fuzzly thing.
Why is Pokemon always...
I was zoned out during this entire saga. How did her peers feel about her cheating? Did people make a big deal out of it, and people jump on the hate boats about the Fuzzly thing and whatnot, or not? Nobody gave a fuck, right? Everybody just kind of moved on. That drama, that drama with Fuzzly lasted like a day. Oh, she didn't cheat, really? Oh, sorry. Really? My bad. Sorry about that. I didn't want to see this information. I remember somebody cheated then. Oh, she was an record with whom? Oh. Okay, my bad, sorry.
honest to me, but doesn't get clipped out of context. I was really stressing about it.
My sound is low.
And then I realized, like, I'm stressing about it so much, and Sykkuno hasn't even said anything yet. And something about that, like, didn't really sit right with me. But I do want to reiterate, it's just so sad and disappointing.
If his girlfriend didn't say anything, right? And they didn't say anything, why the fuck does everybody feel like they are owed a response and they're owed something out of the two only involved parties? Now, riddle me this, riddle me that. In this story, two adults are having a potential problem that's being told by a third
When
and
Pokemon
fourth
talks,
party,
she needs to...
right? And we're being gaslit in real time that the guy has to spill the beans about what's going on in what we think is a problem, what we think is happening, but we can't confirm. Like, buddy, the two people that are involved in this hasn't said anything. So why is it maybe press for an answer or press for whatever? it's up to them to deal with it how they want it. It's insane that we even know about this in the first place.
How often this kind of thing seems to happen, especially when it comes from people that you don't expect it to come from.
Chat. Now, what if? Okay, could be hypothetical. This is probably not true at all. Just hypothetical. What if some cheating happened, but it was on both sides multiple times, and neither of them actually give a fuck, except for the person that were not part of it, that he ended up sitting with, whatever. Like what if in this world they were both cheating each other all the time, right? And it's nobody. Neither of them give a fuck. Why does everybody else give a fuck? Because as far as we can tell, that could be the truth. We don't know. We don't know shit.
And I think what I really want to say is I am just so sorry for all the hurt that's been caused to the victims, to our communities. I feel
The what?
Everyone's hurt and shock and confusion, and I'm right there with you.
Now, I asked last time, I'll ask again. And I don't mean this to be drama at all. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not even mad at Pokey. Now, please be vocal about who are the victims and what are they a victim of? Boom. Boom. Because there's an S, right? So clearly there's multiple victims. Now, what I want to know is who are the victims and what are they victims of? And I will be vocal about backing them up and be like, yo, you know what? Chat, you guys know who I am. I stand on business. If somebody's a victim of something, right, and it's being proposed under the rug, I'll be vocal about it and say, yeah, this person is being wronged, blah, blah, but we don't know. We don't know. I don't know either.
I really try so hard to make my channel
Who are the victims?
a safe space for everybody. And I really hope the people that do need to speak up will. And hopefully that's enough addressing it. But I do appreciate how kind everyone in the chat has been. So thank you so much for that.
Well, I don't think it's a laughing matter, but you know what? Quote. Who are the victims in this case? And please elaborate on victims of what? What? I don't think, man. Okay, guys, I think the word deserves a clarification. Yo, chat, if we say that victims, that there are victims of sykkuno or whatever, right? That's such a bad word. Because I hate this thing where everybody throws mud, right? And they think, oh yeah, this is fine. And like the only, it didn't even say victim, it means somebody's being damaged, right? And this is accepted. We accept this, that there's a victim and there's a bad guy. And yeah, but dude, now stand on business. Like we need to know what though, because that's fucking awful. Like him being damaged in real time as something that we don't know of is insane. Like, bang. I'm not even trying. Listen, guys.
I am a victim of subscribing to Brain Dead Streamer.
You guys don't understand this, okay? And you might say, oh, you're burning bridges, whatever. I had this thing where people are being direct about what they say, but they don't take anybody.
Gets cracked and regrets it makes a whole.
Everybody's in the shadows, right? Like now I like to squeeze everybody into an answer on what those things actually are.